Hello and welcome to my classroom website. So on this website, you will not only find an abundant amount of resources that contain useful information for science teachers, but it will also help you see how science can change the world and is the key to our future. In this classroom, we will explore science in a way that will help you improve your own classroom. So if you look right here, this is my homepage. I have a section on how you can learn more about me. And I also have this section is where I explain everything that's on the website, everything that you can find, and everything that I have included. And also, I have also included that if you want to contact me, you can scroll to the bottom and click Contact Me, and that is the best way of getting in touch. So let's explore. Here you have where it says about Miss Crossley, and this is the About Me section. So I have a picture of myself and I have information about myself. This section really talks about what I wanted to gain out of this class, what I learned throughout this class, some of my hobbies such as cooking, watching Netflix, playing volleyball, traveling, modeling. It talks about how I'm from New Orleans, how I'm family oriented, how I'm a pre-nursing major. I go to LSU, and I'm interested in becoming not becoming a science teacher, but just learning more about science and educating people about science since I am a nursing major and that's all we have to take, which is science. So this is kind of just a little blurb about me. So if we continue on and we go to experiments, this talks about a classroom project that I did an example of. So it kind of gives teachers something that they can do with their class. And what I chose to do was to make candy. And not only candy, but rock candy. And so I give pictures of rock candy. I give the supplies that you need. I also give what you have to do, step-by-step instructions. So here just goes hand in hand, and you can also click the hyperlinks, and it takes you to the rock candy instructions. So all the hyperlinks on this website are going to be underlined, so you just click around and you can find different things. So, besides the experiment that I included, we can talk about now the tech projects. So, on each page, I kind of explain what each page is about. So, here's a tech projects page, and on this page, you will find multiple technology projects that I have completed that will become useful for this science class. So, here you can find information about my PLNEs, my PLNs, my website evaluation, my mobile apps, my digital story, my Apple certification, and also what I'm doing right now, my screencast, so you can look at it later. And so basically this page contains two of my slideshows that I completed. So this slideshow was my digital scavenger hunt, and this was about various types of animals that were a part of Louisiana, and that was a part of my scavenger hunt. So I went with my group, and we found different types of interesting things. So you can go through that. It has various slides. And then the second slide shows information about animals that live in Louisiana. So I basically give various facts and information about a large range of animals that reside in the state of Louisiana. So I feel like these animals are a very important part of Louisiana's history, and especially in the South. So I just give basically information about each animal that I found important to Louisiana, and so you can just read and go through that. It's very interesting. So besides tech projects, we can go to our PLN in our PLNE page. So this talks about building your own personal professional network and your personal learning network, and it's very important because this is kind of what helps build a beneficial learning environment that consists of people who are learning the same skills and on the same skill level, which is important for a teacher. So I kind of give more hyperlinks about the PLN definition, and I kind of give some websites that you can use to help become more familiar with what it is. So if you can scroll down, you can see how I give multiple different websites. I'm just clicking on them to show you. And I also give a definition of what each PLE is. I give examples. I give my own personal reflections. Here you can click on some examples of like curation tools. You can click on Pinterest, and I have actually linked my own Pinterest board. So I've linked my own Pinterest board for the science classroom so you can see all of the things that I have pinned. Let's see if I can get to it. Yes. So I have learning tools and science projects. So here you can find different science projects that you can do for teachers, like ice cream in a bag. You can make oil spill clouds. You can make magnetic slime, bubble gum, different things with your students, that whatever you prefer. So that's another thing that I did, and that's my own Pinterest board. And I've linked microblog examples, Twitter, Facebook, different blog examples, and you can even check out my own blog that I have created, and I've linked to that also. So here's my blog. So my blog is called Technology Advancements in 2018, and I just talk about different things on my blog. Here's my About Me section. Here is my second blog post that I did, which talks about an article that I reviewed. And then my third blog post, which talks about another article that I reviewed. So you can look at that. It's very interesting. So also we have webinars, an example of a webinar. We have the definition of a webinar here, webinar examples. And then if you keep scrolling down, we have PLN Part 2, which is the curation tool, and the 5 dialogues that I was supposed to do. So basically for these, I give the examples of the 5 ones that I did. So you can go on these and check out all the things that I annotated and bookmarked. And these will also help with science, great recipes, great websites for science activities and school experiments, for parents and teachers. So I just give links to all these that you can look at, and you can find whichever one you find interesting. I also looked at different science websites that are great for students, and I give an example of those. So I did a review of EduTopia, and I did the review of its Twitter, and you can also look at my Twitter that I have also linked. So this is my school Twitter, and I also follow different science educational related people and pages. So go back here, and so I kind of talk about the purpose of EduTopia and some valuable tweets, and I even linked some of the valuable tweets that I've found, so you can just click on them and easily see the link and read the article. I think this is the article right here. So you can see what they're talking about for each thing, and I find that very interesting, and I do that for all 3 examples of the tweets. So I give 2 pictures for each PLN, I'm sorry. So this is part 4, which is the webinar, and I kind of overviewed the webinar plugin, and so I give examples of 2 things that plugin uses, or that the lady explained, and one of them is ScreenLeap and the other one is Infused Learning, and I talk about another one, which is another app that teachers can use to like present and work with their students. So also, which is also very important, at the bottom of my page, I have important and useful links. So I have links to all the Google Docs in which I have typed up And it's basically just everything on the website, but it's if you were confused about anything, here's all the Google Docs to all of my assignments. So I have my blog post, my PLN part 2, my PLN and PLN 2 through 4, part 1, my diagos, everything that you need. So moving on to the website evaluation. So here I evaluated one website. I talk about Tony's website, Learning in Hand, and I give my 2 pictures and I give my evaluation of his website. Don't forget, at the each website is my tech blog and my contact. I talk about my mobile apps, and it's the Remind app that I reviewed. So I talk about how the Remind app can be used in the classroom, and I also have a YouTube video link right here. I talk about here my digital story, and this I created with iMovie, and it's the life cycle of a butterfly. It's very, very interesting. And I have attached my transcript for the Google Doc. It should open and give you access to it right away if anyone wants to see what exactly I said in the video. And you just click on the video and it'll start playing. And here is my Apple Teacher certification, which I'm proud to say that I am skilled and certified in iPad as an Apple teacher, which I recommend to all teachers. And there's a screencast of my website where you can see what I'm talking about right now, and my resources section. Here, I basically just put a collection of web resources that include various wikis for future students or for teachers that they can use. Also, it's for parents, so it just kind of gives you a list of science games that you can use. I talk about informational science websites. I give multiple examples of science websites for teachers, and I also talk about different news websites that give daily news about science. And then I also have some Web 2.0 links of different things that I use to create this website, like Google Slides, Google Sites, PBWorks, Google Forms, and everything. So once again, it was last revised in May, so that will always be up to date. And you can click the contact here if you would like to contact me, or you can click here once again to my tech blogs. And I think I went through everything. So that is about my website. I hope you enjoy. Please feel free to explore and click on anything that you would like. And thank you for your time. Have a great day.